physios, I welcome you all to our channel Physio Vidyapit. Today our topic is level of pain modulation and the role of electrical stimulation in pain modulation. Okay, we have started our first modality, which is TENS, in which till now we have studied about pain pathways and pain gate theory we have learned. Now we will understand about these two very easy and very important concepts so that we can excel in our modality. Okay, so my name is Vijay Kumar and let's start the topic. What is the meaning of level of pain modulation? It means that at what levels we can modulate the pain. What is the meaning of modulation? By modulation, here we mean we can reduce the pain. Okay, because we are studying TENS. What is the main use of TENS? It is to relieve the pain. Okay, so there are various levels at which pain can be modulated. We will understand it by an example. For the first is peripheral. Let's say there is a boy who has an injury at his elbow. Okay, first of all, what he can do? Okay, the injury can be acute, chronic. That is not our part till now. But we need to understand the fact that when he have an injury, he can use cold pack or he can also use the hot pack, which is an peripheral pain modulation aspect. Okay, what is the role of hot pack? When we apply a hot pack to a part, there occur a vasodilation. This vasodilation washes out the chemical material which is present near the nerves and which is stimulating the nociceptors. That is why the nociceptors are sending the painful signals, and once there is a vasodilation, these chemical irritants such as prostaglandins get washed away and there is a relief in pain. And you will think that what is the factor in cold pack? Here it is also cold pack, or we can also say it is a use of ultrasound. Okay, ultrasound is another important modality used in electrotherapy. What is the role of this thing? Whenever there is an injury to a part, there is formation of inflammatory exudates, and the cold pack or the ultrasound increase the cell permeability, so it reduces the pressure on the cell which is produced by these exudates, so it prevents the further stimulation of nociceptor. So you can say the nociceptors are stimulated by two things. One is the chemical irritant such as prostaglandin, which is relieved by hot pack vasodilation, and other is in cold pack or ultrasound. We can say that the exudates which are produced due to the inflammatory reaction, the pressure of that exudate is reduced. How it is reduced? By increasing the cell permeability of the part. Okay, so this is about the peripheral aspect of the pain modulation. At spinal and supraspinal, at both places we use TENS. Okay, but the mechanism or the pain modulation method is different. In this, it is based on pain gate theory, which is spinal segment, while in this it is the descending pain suppression or opioid mechanism. Okay, which is working in supraspinal. Now you will think that why the naming is like this. I will make it very easy for you. In pain gate theory, you know that when the A beta fiber gets stimulated, it leave a collateral at the spinal cord level and then it move to upward. Okay, so that is why as it is working at the spinal level and moving from the spinal cord to upward, that is upper areas, so it is called the spinal segment pain modulation. While in supraspinal, it is a descending pain suppression which is coming from the somatosensory cortex. Okay, you remember it, and then it moves through the whole of the brainstem, then reach to the spinal cord for the pain modulation by releasing the enkephalins and endorphins. Okay, so this is the supraspinal pain modulation. While at cortical level, it is, we can say it is a behavioral modification or we can say it is cognitive. It is based on the cognitive method. We can say that here various psychological approaches are used by the physiotherapist to modulate the pain. Okay, various behavior modification and other cognitive measures are seen in this. Okay, so it is a more of a psychological part than the modality based part. At the cortical level, there occur an interaction between different areas such as cerebral cortex, limbic forebrain structures along with the basal ganglia. The importance of this interaction is to perceive the noxious stimulus but as a non-painful stimulus. Okay. For example, here two parts are important, that is anterior cingulate cortex along with the rostral agranular insular cortex, which are shown in the figure. Okay, so these are the main four level of pain modulation from which we can reduce pain. First is peripheral, cold pack, hot pack, or it is also we can write it as ultrasound, cold pack and ultrasound, and hot pack you know, and in spinal segment and supraspinal both is tense, but here pain gate theory because it moves from down to upward. Okay, spinal cord to cortex. While supraspinal, it is called supraspinal because it is coming from upward. Okay, so called it is a descending pain suppression and opioid mechanism. Hope you know about these two pain modulations. If you don't know, please watch my previous videos. And then is cortical, which is a psychological method. Okay, then we will move toward the role of electrical stimulation in pain modulation. It is very important part. You can see there is a flow chart. Okay, this is written as the therapist. Okay, when the therapist apply high tense. Okay, let me get another marker. When we apply a high tense means high frequency and low intensity. Simple. Therapist when apply high intensity, which means high frequency and low intensity, definitely our cutaneous receptors and muscle receptor will be stimulated, and this further lead to the stimulation of large diameter A beta fiber, which is a pain gate theory again, and it have two functions. I have written one word which was non-painful stimulus in my pain gate theory video. Okay, which means that here in high tense the sensation is not much painful for us, so it is a type of non-painful stimulus which is going to higher center of brain. Also it inhibits the pain by releasing GABA, which is an inhibitory interneuron. So from large afferent diameter afferent A beta fiber there are two arrows. One is going toward pain transmission, inhibition of pain transmission, and other is going to the brain higher center, which means that the non-painful stimuli are also need to the reach to the higher center of the brain. Okay, because they are also to be percepted. Okay, in simple words we can say that as the painful stimuli can reach to the brain, similarly the non-painful stimuli also need to reach to the higher center of brain so that we can felt them. So there are two arrows. Okay, you understand it? Now in low tense we can say it is low frequency and high intensity. Okay, and when we apply such a tense, it again stimulate the cutaneous receptor and muscle receptor. But you know that there are two type of fibers which are moving from the nociceptors, that is A delta and C fiber, and from both of them A delta is one which is being stimulated. Okay, A delta gets stimulated and it result in the inhibition of the pain transmission. It is reflecting about the descending pain suppression pathway. Okay, in descending pain suppression pathway, whenever the A delta fiber gets stimulated, the descending pain suppression pathway get initiated and the pain inhibition transmission inhibition of the pain transmission occur by inhibiting the transmission of the impulses from first order neuron and second order neuron, and you can say first order neuron can be of two types, that is A delta or either C, out of which the A delta is carrying impulse to the to activate the descending pain suppression. So it will definitely mean that the C fibers get inhibited. Okay, C fiber get inhibited. It inhibits the C fibers. Okay. See, this video will be only useful to you when you will see my pain gate theory and pain pathway lecture. Okay, then only you can catch out what I am speaking. Okay, again I will just make you understand this part. When the therapist apply high tense, it stimulates the receptor cutaneous, which is very simple. Afferent A beta fiber. There are two things: inhibition of pain transmission. Why it occur? It occur due to pain gate theory. Okay, I can write it as pain gate theory. And why this arrow is going to higher center? Why? Because of the non-painful stimulus also need to reach to the higher center. But in case of low tense, where we apply low frequency and high intensity, again the receptor gets stimulated and small diameter afferent, which are A delta type, they get stimulated, and further it activates the descending pain pathway, which is the opioid mechanism. What it does? It does the blockage of the impulses from C fiber to the second order neuron, that is T cell. So the transmission of impulses between C fiber and T cells get interrupted, so pain is modulated. Okay, so in this video you have understand that at where parts we can modulate the pain, and also how the application of the tense modality can modulate the pain. Okay, how it can reduce the pain. This is the main basis which will be seen in the modes of tense, where I will again repeat the same thing, that high tense use the pain gate theory mechanism, while the low tense use the descending pain suppression or opioid mechanism, that is endorphin and enkephalin mechanism. Okay, so this was about the level of pain modulation and the role of tense in pain modulation. Okay, so till then keep studying. Thank you to one and all.